What up, what up, what up? What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. Are y'all pumped as much as I am about this new standard format? I'm like so fucking pumped. I don't think I've played this much Magic in a... Well, that's a lie. I feel like I haven't been excited about standard like this in a really fucking long time. It's got to be 2 years since I felt this way about standard. Obviously, it's like week one, like day one, day two, whatever. But yeah, I've been messing with one shell specifically, and I tried like fucking everything, and I finally got a list that I'm happy with. Like, I literally got off stream and I was like, I gotta figure standard out. I gotta figure out something I'm happy playing with, and that wins. And so this is what I came up with. All right. So I was working on very similar decks in historic, and basically what I noticed was like, all right, like this is something that works, right? Like, as long as you have like these like 12 complementary pieces, that is like a strategy you can just kind of like build around. And what you're really trying to do here is like be able to deal with stuff that hits the board and then pick apart the hand, right? So there are like a couple of key cards that you can't deal with in a bunch of different matchups, right? Like I'll tell you guys a couple of really popular cards in the standard. Gold Span Dragon, Alran's Epiphany, like Ranger Class. And I feel like this shell does a great job dealing with those, because I do believe that Vanishing Verse is one of, if not the best removal spell in the format, right? And then following up with Skyclave Apparition, you know, like you just have like the two best removal spells, and then there's just like a whole bunch of stuff that you can't deal with. And that's what Duress, Curse, and Elite Spellbinder Mage help you deal with. On top of that, Reidane and Curse of Silence work super well together. For example, if there's like Ranger Class or Expressive Iteration that you need to make cost 4, if you play a Reidane, then it costs 6. Right? So all of these synergies like working together, you end up having like a great like cohesive unit that's capable of dealing with anything that hits the board, as well as dealing with the hand and being more mana efficient than anybody else, right? You got your 1s, you got your 2s, and you got your 3s, right? You got just straight 20 lands, and if you need to hit that third land, you have that Warhound to help you find that third land, right? And that land is almost always relevant, whether it's helping your man lands become active in the match, or helping your Skyclave Shade come back, or activating Paladin Class number 3. Like, the deck is just like really like working together. And so yeah, I'm like super fucking excited for this climb. Have I thought about ambitious farmhand? Yeah, I kept looking at it and thinking like, maybe I want to do a split, maybe I don't want to do a split. I feel like the fact that the land comes into play is super relevant, and the fact that you have a 3/1 body is also relevant, like right off the bat, because that damage does end up mattering a lot. If I felt like there was a lot more red decks, I think that lifelink and 3/3 body costing 5 mana would be worth it. but so far, I feel like it hasn't been worth it. We really don't care about negate here. So, but we do care about both of these. We'll just take the Dragonfire and we'll pass the turn. This card is going to be a problem. I definitely underestimated this card. I think it's definitely much better than I thought it was. So for some reason, I thought that every time you cast an instant and sorcery spell, it gets one counter. But it actually gets counters equal to the amount of mana that you cast. So I think this card is actually really good. Yeah, Paladin Class is like, you'll see. It's super impressive. We drew all the planes, so that kind of sucks. I'll play another one of these and pass. If they drew 3 mana counter spell, I don't want to walk into it, so we're gonna play around it here. That's a good draw. I mean, we're gonna fire off Elite Spellbinder here. Damn, those are 2 really fucking good draws. This card is scary. Scary as fudge. I need to read this card again. Does this flip? Yeah, it does flip if they cast it. So I think I definitely take the Limrith here. So we really need like a Paladin class to start getting through. Because if we could play a Paladin class, it just puts us in such a great position here. That Duress is definitely 1 turn late. I'm thinking, is it worth me playing the Duress here? Yeah, I think it definitely is. So we're going to Duress here. Go ahead and get rid of that, and then we'll go ahead and swing in with the squad. We're not going to play the land though. I mean, we're just going to go to combat, see what happens. Making a treasure token, interesting. I think I still definitely attack with everything. Bring this back for 5. Zan, I met someone else named Zan today. Holy shit. Do I like Warlock class in Standard? I was thinking about that. I would consider playing it. I was just having trouble finding room for it. It's just harder to like make sure you set up death triggers, right? Like with Cat Oven, it's like a no-brainer, but with everything else, it can be problematic. What the fuck was that? Alright, so now we can name Alrund's Epiphany. And we kind of don't have to worry about that, which is good, which is really good. I'm also trying to think, is it worth bringing back 1? Yeah, it is. So this is going to be Alrund's Epiphany. And then we'll play the land and oh, it exiles. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. What was that card called? Dragon Intervention. Yeah, we're dead. Alright, so in this matchup, I like to bring in Silverquill. We definitely bring in this because we just need to not die. I also like to bring in Grandmaster, but Silverquill Command is way better in this matchup. I could go full control here. I could go full control. Hole kills eggs, right? Yeah, it does. But the reason why Hole is not good is because of Prismari Command. That's also the reason why I don't bring in Maul or Portable Hole. I learned that kind of the hard way. It's either that or it's Aspirant. I mean, Aspirant could be like meh in this matchup because they bring in so much removal. Yeah. Silverquill Command is a new addition, but I was just thinking about it as like the sacrifice mode is so relevant against so many decks right now. And of course the flying is kind of broken as well. I will keep this hand. I'm just trying to decide if I want to play Duress on turn 1 or if I want to play the land. I think I'm just going to play this tapped. That is a really good draw. And that is worth doing. So we'll go for Duress. Alright, so their hand is pretty diverse. But they only have 2 lands. So I feel like I take the early stuff and like the frostbite and then just name the smoldering egg. So we take the frostbite. And that way they can't deal with our early aggression. Good draw. Alright, we'll just attack. Play another one. I plan to play the Luminarch Aspirant after when I play the Glyphweaver. The Glyphweaver. So we'll draw now. This is a really interesting turn. The thing is, I need Silverquill Command to deal with our opponent's stuff. I just need the land, so let's just get in. And then we'll play this to get our lands. So I think I just start off with combat here. Six. So I can deal 12 here. This thing is a sorcery though. I just have to play the Elite Spellbinder. I actually hate this play. I hate this play because if they draw an untapped land, it puts me in such a bad spot for no reason. Like, my plan was to block, but I should have just played the Luminarch Aspirant, put a counter on something, and passed. And then when they attacked, I should have just Vanishing Verse. Because like this puts me in a way worse spot. I hate the way I played this game. And I could have played this last turn so much better. Like making them sack and giving something +3/+3 is like puts them in such an awkward position. All right, so we drew a land. I hate this play too. What am I doing? I should have played the Selfless Glyphweaver. That puts me in so much better of a spot. Because at least my creatures can't die. But now I died to like everything. Oh man. Have I played a Curses deck? Nope. Yeah, is definitely the deck that I've noticed is like the top tier deck that everybody should be aiming to beat. And I felt like I've had a good matchup against it. Obviously, I have misplayed the shit out of this game. If I had just made them sack +3/+3, it put him in a really bad situation. I punted this away so fucking bad. Like, even if I just played the glyph there, I save my guys. I don't lose any of my guys. I deal like the same amount of damage. I don't know what I'm thinking. Alright. First game, warm-up game. It happens. Should drink water. Damn, that was some I'm not happy about my gameplay there. I had all the tools to win that game. It was definitely a keep. Is there a shot that werewolves? I mean, right off the bat, the mechanic is kind of meh. So they played layer. I think this thing, everything just shook. It's like an earthquake. All right. I think that if they didn't, if we were on the play, I wouldn't play this turn. But since they played a green land, specifically Lair, it's just best to just name Ranger class because it's one of the best cards in the deck. And I also just can't imagine a green deck without that card. Yep, it's a gruel deck. That makes sense. And we'll play our Luminarch Aspirant. Start putting counters on here. I do like the gruel colors. I think that they have the best lands right now. The thing just has haste. That's just a 33 haste. Sure. Let's fucking go. Yeah, I've been playing against those decks a ton. All right, so I'll go ahead and take a look. This is a really good draw. This gives me a lot of perspective. All right, this makes sense. This is like a standard gruel deck. I see a gold span dragon, but Arlen's coming in next turn. Or they could Shatter Skull Smashing for 1. I guess I can make the... I can just make... Yeah, I can just make that a 2. And if I make this a 4, puts me in a pretty good spot. I'm not gonna block. I think they're gonna deal 2 to my flyer because otherwise their Goldspan Dragon has a lot less value. Yep, makes sense. Vanishing Verse. Good draw. So I think it's in my best interest to tap these 2, play the Loyal Warhound, go get myself a Plains, play a Plains, put a counter here, and attack for 3. So either they drew the land and they can play the Goldspan Dragon, or they cannot. Yeah, we're playing DNT. We are definitely playing DNT Corcruxion. Alright, I need to read this card. I mean, that card completely takes over, but gonna go ahead and hit this. Before it attacks. Dang. If we drew an untap land, we're really close to lethal there. I think that this Skyclave Apparition is definitely losing a lot of value. So I can Skyclave this Reckless Stormkeeper, get myself in for 7, play that land, which I think is worth. Or I could play the Reidane and put a counter there. Yeah. We're just gonna eat that. All right. We're 1 point short here. Because they're going to be able to play the werewolf. And make 2 2/2s. And what does our turn look like? Well, we could animate, but I think just playing Elite Spellbinder plus Reidane is probably better now. And we can put a counter on one of them instead. Alright, let's see what's going on. What does this card do? Alright, it's definitely this. And we'll put a counter here. No need to attack. Another target werewolf you control fights another one that you don't control. Okay. So our opponent doesn't have very many options here. Yeah, I don't want it to be night. I'm not I'm not allowing it to happen. Sure. So I guess they're just hoping for a mistake. So I guess we can just block. I'll take 2. And I still have lethal. So that's more than enough. All right, on to the next game. All right, so they have Shatter Skull Smashing, so we know that this card is going to be incredible, right? This is basically our Selfless Spirit. And they're like a higher end deck. So we know that Curse is going to be able to hit that werewolf card. It's going to be able to hit Arlen Cord, and it's going to be able to hit Goldspan Dragon. Potentially even Shatter Skull Smashing. Skyclave Apparition deals with all of their smaller werewolves. Portable Hole seems good. I like it. Flying seems like a relevant ability. We can get rid of Skyclave Shade. I feel like I'm also interested in the Grandmaster. How do we want to switch this up? I'm trying to think about Duress here. Because I also like Silverquill Command. Making them sacrifice, giving flying. All super relevant abilities. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely bringing this in. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to cut. We could also bring this in. All right, but I think we're going to play the control role here. How we're going to play the control role, that's going to be difficult to figure out because we have to cut a lot of freaking cards. All right. Since now we know the contents of their deck, we don't have to rely that much more that heavily on Duress. And I also felt like they're more creature oriented, even though they have a decent amount of spells. I felt like cutting the Duresses was the right call. I'm glad we did that. Yeah, we're playing standard today. We're playing standard today. All right, so we have the stuff that deals with their early stuff. Sure. Dang, they have a very, very, very fast start. I mean, this feels bad, but I think we just have to go with it. I'm surprised we drew so many lands here. Oh, I know what I was supposed to cut. I was supposed to cut the anthems. Not the Duresses. I mean, I definitely need to play Skyclave Apparition because things start to get messy after this turn. Yeah, they get really messy. Or I could take the hit for 4 and just accept it and just Elite Spellbinder here. Standard now. Let's go. Boom. Shatter Skull Smashing. Okay. That is not good for me. This is a very aggressive start. And I wish we had our Duress for it. I'm genuinely gonna trade with this. It doesn't feel good, but I think it's right. I think that's how little value it holds for me. Alright, we'll just go ahead and fire off the Skyclave Apparition. Alright, and we'll pass. Yeah, I was supposed to leave into the Duresses, damn. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered because we didn't draw the card that would have been that card. But I'm just like thinking about how this game played out. I like our opponent's deck. They brick though. When does this go away? Okay, it's gonna be gone. So I'm like trying to figure out. Yeah, they bricked. They have a lot of spells. You're underestimating Shatterskull Smashing, Turn, Symbiosis, Arlen. It's so many. It's a lot of spells. So what I need to figure out is they could do it for, how does this card work? So it's gonna be red X. So they pay this much to deal 2, here to deal 3. I mean, I have to play this, and I have to decide whether I'm taking this or this. Either way, it's freaking terrible for me. And I'm having trouble imagining how we're going to win this. But we are certainly grinding here. So they drew the untap land. That makes things awfully difficult. Yeah, I know it's taxed. So they can't do it for 3 anymore. Otherwise, if we didn't Skyclave Apparition that, they could have done it for 3. Alright, we'll take 4. Untap. So I could curse myself and then draw a card, but we're dead anyways. Yep. All right, so we're gonna fix that mistake, and then we'll be good to go. So I definitely shouldn't have any of these in, and I should have in the Duresses, so I can play the control game plan. They have a bunch of random ass creatures. Kind of don't want this. And that makes... They have so many random creatures that they can make. So I'm trying to think like what is my type of creature that's just going to be able to continuously get through. Maybe we want more Skyclave Shades. Or maybe we want the monks here. Is it the shades? It's close. Sungold Sentinel. Yeah, the card has been good every time I brought it in. But there's not like that many matchups where it's like absolutely insane and constructed. I think I'm gonna bring in the monks. We're on the play. I want to maximize on these ones. We really want to draw a land here. But I certainly do think it's a keep. If we're able to draw a Duress. Yeah, if we draw a Duress, we probably just win. Yeah, legit. If we draw a Duress, I think we just win. I'm gonna play this. Does anybody remember the name of the dwarf? Does anybody remember the name of the dwarf? Guys? Magda. Or I could just name the big stuff. Yeah, I'll just name the big stuff. Asika Chariot. Because if they can't play Chariot on 4, it just puts them in a really bad spot. Yep, I wanted to name that, but it's okay. And here I'm supposed to name the dragon. We'll name Goldspan Dragon. Damn, I really wish we drew the untapped land there, but it is what it is. If he had that untapped white on turn 1, I 100% was going to name Jasper Sentinel. works. We'll take the 3. Take our turn. This is definitely Elite Spellbinder. Double Ren and 7. I don't really care about Ren and 7. And we'll pass. You have to keep it back. Every single time my opponents played Ren and 7, it looks like it didn't do anything. Lich. Then I was thinking about building a Pioneer cube with my friends, like a collective thing. Do you like the format and have any advice? Yeah, I mean, I like Pioneer. I haven't played it in a really long time. I would say unban blue-black inverter for your cube. Yeah, I should have named Magda. I literally knew what the right name was too. I have to take the 3. That's a good draw. We'll start off with Duress. They drew the Chariot. I think I now take the Ren and 7. But I guess I can't even play the Ren and 7. Because I'm gonna Skyclave. I'm gonna take the Jasper Sentinel. So I eat the Jasper Sentinel. Oh, they can't play either. So I'll take the Ren. And now we put a counter. We eat this. They'll make a treasure, which is fine. That thing has a reach. So it's important for me to attack with both at the Ren. Thanks. Any limited archetype that you think would be cool to push for cube? I'm probably going to make it a pile with a decent synergy, but something might come up. Cube is certainly an interesting format. Honestly, if you did no planeswalkers, that would be kind of cool. I think doing a no planeswalker Pioneer cube would be really cool. I think taking the planeswalkers out of the game is kind of just makes it feel like anybody can win, right? Like when I play cubes with like power in them, or like extremely strong no power but with extremely strong planeswalkers, it just feels like whoever picks those up has like such a tremendous experience. I mean, such a tremendous advantage that like, was it even worth? Yeah, I mean, if you have a dedicated bunch, I think it's great. Getting rid of the Magda, I think, is really good for me. I certainly don't want either of those to flip, and we drew a spell, so I think I'm supposed to play it, but I have to get on the defensive immediately. I do think that Asika's Chariot with Ren and 7 token is pretty broken. Yeah, that's such a broken synergy. That's really hard to beat, honestly. And the fact that it has reach, that's also just nasty. That's a really good draw. Damn, Ranger Class had to be like the best draw right there. So 7, 8. So trample. So I feel like this block is good. So I think I do this and take 5. Yeah. Because otherwise they draw cards. That was a great draw. But I don't think it's good enough to save me. I legit think that they have lethal. What does the flip side do? I think I let it flip. Let's see what's gonna happen. I guess this bought me another turn. Can't really think of a card that gets us out of the situation. So I'll go to 1 here. I don't think a powered format for you. I mean, I think there's like not much difference between the skill required to play standard, modern, or standard, between like standard or historic. It's just more card pools. It's just like a larger card pool. That's about it. But I wouldn't say like the skill gap is very high, especially for like a brand new standard format. Like I think it's really comparable to historic, but at a certain point standard becomes really repetitive because due to the restrictions there's not room for that much innovation. GG. Yep. Damn, I mean that was an interesting game. We don't have black here. Most of our hand is turned off. I don't want to keep a hand like that. Alright. I'll keep this. This hand is not good. I think I just need to maximize my damage here. Alright, we'll put a counter on Luminarch Aspirant. We'll attack for 4. I love Loyal Warhound. I think that card is phenomenal. It has a good history as well. That's a really good draw. Takes me out of range. So we can play this, tick this up, put a counter here, and not let them trade. The greatest thing about Loyal Warhound is the fact that it just enables you to play less lands. And it's one of the biggest benefits of playing the color combination for sure. So I could tick up Paladin Class here. And potentially give double strike. Or I could go for the Vanishing Verse on the Reckless Stormseeker. But just gonna attack face. I definitely don't want it to flip. So I'm thinking they just get a flash ability. So I could either kill the Reckless Stormseeker and take out both of their wolves. Or I could keep my Luminarch Aspirant alive. Which honestly might be worth. Which I think it is worth. Yep. So we put him down to 3, pass the turn. Honestly, they should have triple blocked. I felt like the triple block was so free. But now they're just dead to the flyer as well. So they have to deal with the flyer. They have to deal with literally everything. There's actually quite a bit of damage. So they have to block 1/1. So I just put a... So I just kill this. Put a counter on the Skyclave. And attack face. They have to block chump chump. And then we pass, yep. It's now all about finding a flyer. I mean, if they have the Flash Wolf, it puts us in kind of a weird situation. But we would know right now. Not much value to Duress here. So I'll fire this off. What? So I just put the counter here. Attack with both. At face. They've got a block. 1 and 1. Oh shit. That's not good. I've never even seen this card before. Still ends up being a solid trade. Is standard Kaya unplayable? I think it costs 1 too much. I think if it costs 5, it would be pretty legit. I'll go ahead and Duress, see what's going on. So they can activate for how much? For 3/6, sure. Face. Yep, animate their land, block. Alright, we'll play our Spellbinder, pass the turn. Alright, finally. Yeah, I actually looked at Kaya. I was like, it's close. It's very close. I wish it cost 1 less so it could compete against a lot more stuff. But 5 for a deck like this just seems like way too much. Alright, we'll go into our control plan. Definitely want these. We can bring in these, and we can bring in this. I like this card a lot as well. Alright, this is our control plan. So on the draw, I'll do this, and then on the play, I'll go back to being super aggressive. We're still working out the details in this control plan. I feel like I should have another land in my board, specifically Field of Ruin. Either I keep double Skyclave. I value the Maul super highly. It'll just give me flying for the rest of the game, which is really fucking good. That's a good draw. Alright, Duress. Alright, so Outland Libra. Destroy enchantment. Okay, or artifact. That's a good draw. I think I just put this on white because I could draw the other land. I mean, I definitely should Vanishing Verse this now. Yeah. Alright, we'll take it. Good draw. Good turn to Skyclave. Also just a good card to Skyclave, period. I mean, good card to Skyclave Apparition, yep. So they're gonna get a 1/1, sure. What does it say? Damn, red and green gets so much good removal. Tap land. Not worth playing the Skyclaves there. Yeah, that sucks. That's a legit draw. Because that gives me a blocker and gives me the land I need. At least you're another removal spell. Damn, they have the land and the removal spell? Fucking A. Alright. Portable hole. Not the worst draw. Alright. See if we can survive here. No, actually, I'm just dead. I'm legit. I'm dead for Exaxes. Alright. Well, that sucked. They brought in so much removal. Like such a ridiculous amount of removal. So on the play, I can be slightly more aggressive, but I just don't think the aggressive plan is where I want to be, period. Yeah, I'm gonna bring in the Graveyard Trespasser. Alright, this hand's good. Have to make some tough decisions though. What do I get rid of? So I think I keep the dog. I just get rid of that. And we have to make a decision if we're going to play this dog on 2 or not. Yeah, we're going to play it on 2. If I had a 4-drop in my hand, I think I'd slow roll it. Alright, let's start off by attacking. I love the fact that this card has vigilance. Alright, let's go with Elite Spellbinder. Make that cost 5. We really don't care about that. We don't have any artifacts or enchantments out right now. Trying to think, is it worth the trade? I do think it's worth the trade. So they can't play Arlen Court even if they drew it next turn. So I think I'm gonna just curse the Tovalar. What is this? Dire Overlord. Slam this. Pass. I mean, we definitely just take it. They didn't pump. Interesting. Sure. All right, we'll attack. We'll pass. I'll go ahead and kill this. Trying to think what I'm supposed to curse here. So they can't play Ren. I think it has to be Goldspan Dragon. Because we have the Ren taken care of with the Reidane. I haven't really tried out any of the other decks. I was just brewing my own thing. This is the only thing I've tried out so far. I've just been trying to get this list right. I'm gonna name Goldspan Dragon here. Alright, we'll hook it up here and we'll get in for a large amount and pass turn. The other thing I could have named was Shatter Skull Smashing. Then again, like Reidane is kind of doing the same thing here. There's no Embercleave. There's no Embercleave in the format. They could kill my Maul here. And then kill my Reidane. That could be bad. I don't know any double strike card. Embercleave doesn't exist anymore. So what does this represent? Right? They can make it into a 5/4. I just take it. Like, even if they were to get double strike and make it a 5/4, it doesn't present lethal. So they need to have something more than that. The day and night animations are too cartoony. I agree. I agree. They kind of don't fit the dark aesthetic of Innistrad. All right. Maybe it's a sweeper. My creature has first strike. So they deal 5 damage to everything. Yeah, it could be a sweeper. It could have been the... Did they have 7 lands? It could have been the red one. That deals 5 to all creatures and planeswalkers. But why would a creature deck play that? You know? I don't get why a creature deck would play that. There is a card that gives first strike and trample, but I haven't seen anybody play it. Is there any card that gives double strike and trample? What's my favorite historic deck so far? It would have to be Indomitable Creativity for sure. This hand's going to be a little slow without drawing a plains, but we're on the draw and we have a Loyal Warhound, so I'm happy with it. Yeah, I would definitely have to say it's Indomitable Creativity. That deck's my baby. For sure. This is interesting. So there's 2 cards I either name here. I either name I have to name the what's the counter spell called again? God damn it. What I can never remember the name of the cards. Saw it coming. Yep. I just have to name Saw It Coming here. It could be Alren's Epiphany, but I have more time for that. Saw It Coming. I never saw it coming. This deck is teamer based. That's cool. Path to the Festival. What the fuck is that card? Searcher. That's cool. That's a cool card. I mean, we just play this. Go get ourselves a white. Damn. So they just slammed that gold span dragon. Yeah, I mean, Warhound is a house for sure. But this turn is really hard. If I go for the Vanishing Verse, it puts me in such a bad spot against a counterspell here. Because they can still counter. I mean, it's fine. We'll fire it off. And what do I name here? I think I just play this. I could have named Alrund's Epiphany, but they have access to so much mana here. Yep. Path. I like our opponent's deck a lot. The fact that you get to play Teamer is quite nice. I mean, I have to play the Curse. I just have to decide what I'm gonna name. They really don't need to cast that Path ever again. I think I just name Alrund's Epiphany. Trying to decide if I go 1-1 or all on one. I think I go all on one because there are cards that deal. There are a bunch of cards that deal 2 damage to everything. Does it give you the option? Did it give you the option to name lands? I don't think you can name lands. You can name like Shatter Skull Smashing and stuff like that. Like the spell lands. I don't present lethal here, but this is a good draw. I just want more creatures to be able to attack here. I mean, Vanishing Verse is obviously broken here. Expressive Iteration, great draw. Consider, sure. Sure. Ren and 7, sure. So they make this, we end up killing it. I like our opponent's deck a lot. I think it's cool as fuck. But doesn't do well against Vanishing Verse. because it's threat light. So it'll be 2 counters here. This attacks here. This attacks face. I'm gonna save the Skyclave. I value the flying. Probably also plays Coma. Oh yeah, you're right. Damn. I guess we could have played around this by playing the flyer instead of playing around the Wrath. Alright. So how do I get them to block everything? I put a counter here. Attack. So there should be a counter here and a counter here. That way, yeah. If it flips, sure. I like my opponent's deck a lot. They play like a lot of the best cards. They play Ren, they play Frostbite. They really do play a lot of the best cards. I mean, I'm gonna swing with everything. Yeah, Coma is scary as fuck. I didn't even realize Coma is still in the format. Okay, I need to ask a couple of questions here. What was the name of that card that ramped? I forgot the name of the card that ramps already. I can look at the battlefield. You're right. They're exiled. Path to Festival. Alright, that's important to remember. Okay, Path to Festival. Alright, so I definitely want Selfless. I definitely want Silverquill. Flying is valuable. Duress is great. Silence is great. Reidane is great. Skyclaves are garbage. Starting off. I like Maul here. I also like the Fateful Absence. I'll bring in the Maul. The Fateful Absence. That gives me 3 cards. How do I feel about Grandmaster here? I should have brought in flowers. cut Selfless. The Selfless Spirit guy. I think that guy is really good in this matchup. He has a relevant super late game thing, and then he just like solidifies your early game. I think that I'm just gonna pass here, and then yeah, because I think that they have Frostbite open. What was that card called again? Path to Festival. Thank you. I just had a moment where I just forgot. So I should play this. There's the Frostbite. Path to the festival. Yeah, I'll probably play. I mean, I'm gonna be streaming full time. I'm gonna, like, the reason why I missed the last couple was like paper tournaments, but I'm not gonna be skipping for paper tournaments. Path to the festival. Yep. Alright, they have a bunch of Frostbites. I get it. Removal. Just name Goldspan Dragon. I'm just gonna tick up the level here. It's tomorrow? Is it standard? Damn, that was a really good draw from our opponent. But we can deal. Alright, we'll get rid of this. Play a tap land, go. Alright, we gotta stop drawing lands. We're playing fucking 20 lands. They're holding a bunch of removal. They play the dragon. What ends up happening? So either I animate here, or I tick up the Paladin class, which gives me double strike. That's super valuable. Yeah, they can kill my stuff. Yeah, I just play this and I pass because my dragon's a 4/5. My dragon's a 4/5 here. So if they attack, it's totally fine. So we'll block. They'll probably kill our land. We don't really care. We drew another one. What the fuck does that mean? So we'll play this. Yeah, we'll play this. Now we can beat their removal, right? This is 2. Yep. So play this. Play this. Tick this up. Go. So it's on Sunday. Fuck yeah. Damn, that's a good draw. Alright, I'm gonna play this. Target them. Just gonna name the card in their hand. Give it double strike. Start the trade. And that's good for us. They hit lands. Oh, great draw. That had to be like a perfect draw. God damn it. I guess we could have named that as well. Damn. So let's say I block. Yep, not a good spot. We needed to draw like a Vanishing Verse there. Alright, you got it. They brought in so much spot removal. No, Apparition can't deal with tokens. It says non-token. keeping this, but I need to figure out something. What is the 1 mana red card? Frost something? Frostbite, yeah. How bad is it if they kill it? I don't think I care if they kill it. I'm gonna play it on turn 1. Like, if they kill it, it's all good. I'm good to go. I think I should just name the main things. I think I should name, like, just... Yeah, I'm just gonna name the main thing. So I'm just gonna name Ren and 7. And I'll also name the dragon. Gold span dragon. Jack for 2. I just think I just should name the big picture stuff. I think that is like the mistake I'm making. Alright, we'll attack. Frostbite, yep. As expected. And I'll grab the one from the library. Alright, so I start off by attacking. Once I attack, I should play the monk in Duress. Yeah. Play the monk, Duress, see what's going on. They have the gold span dragon. Go ahead and play it. Yep, Cinderclasm. So that was a good draw. So here I should grab it from the graveyard. But I think I play Loyal Warhound and bring back the card from the graveyard because it represents more damage. Or I could play the Monk plus the Selfless Weaver. And maybe that's better. It's a lot less damage. So I'm going to go for the more damage play. All right. Yeah, Warhound and Shade I think was a better play, but let's see what happens here. So they could play Dragon here, but they would need to attack with everything, and we potentially could lethal them. They attack it because it was 1 away from going to 7. And then when it's a 7, it becomes a 7/7 dragon. Does that exile it? No, it doesn't. So I guess that was a really good draw. Another really good draw. I mean, we got a good draw too, so I'm happy with that. What the fuck? Yeah, this is insane. So I could animate Dragon here. But I think playing both things is probably better. If we had more black, I would have saved it, but we don't. And we'll pass. Alright, here's the gold spend dragon. We'll draw it finally. Can't really afford to attack. So, I got him. Boom. CGB Covert Go Blue played a similar style of deck in Standard 2022 with Silverquill Silencer and sometimes Humiliate. Yeah, so I tested a lot of Silverquill Silencer because it's quite obvious that you would think that, oh, it just fits perfectly into this shell. But I didn't have enough pressure to punish them for casting that spell. That was the case. That's what kept happening. They would just cast their Wrath anyways. It cost them 3 life and a card, but I wasn't like punishing them hard enough for that to matter. So I ended up replacing them with Skyclave Shade, which I realized was correct because I would put these people in soft blocks and let them keep all their removal. But if I have a creature like Skyclave Shade, then I'm just like constantly just playing the same creature again, and that's just exactly what my deck wants. Yeah, Grandmaster is definitely better than people think it is. Now that like things have rotated, I think it's really legit. Yo, what's going on, Matt?